Sup y'all, Winnie here, and today we're heading back into the Kardeshev scale wiki. This was supposed to have happened a couple Tuesdays back, but things came up, and then it was supposed to happen this Tuesday, and other things came up, so I'm doing it today. Last time we checked out Type 0 pre-planetary, and today we're going to check out Type 1. I've been told that there's a whole lot more types than just these because of the minus types and then other things, which is probably this list here. So there's the Omniverse types up to 7, and then 8, 9 for Hyperverse, and then Outerverse, and then Adverse, and then Beyond, the final official type. But for now, we're checking out Omniverse, I guess. Because of the way Opera GX works. I mean, I guess I can probably do this now. I'm not going to be opening more pages. Alright, so, a Type 1, or K1 civilization has mastered all the energy available to their home planet, available from a neighboring star. It extracts its energy, information, and raw materials from fission and fusion power and renewable resources. It is capable of interplanetary spaceflight and communication, mega-scale planetary engineering, medical breakthroughs to eliminate disease and slow aging, multiplanetary government and interplanetary trade. Species is tech-augmented, but it's still vulnerable to extinction. Amichio Kaku explained in his book Physics of the Future. I used to like watching his stuff on the Science Channel. Type 1 civilizations harvest planetary power for utilizing all the sunlight that strikes their planet. They can, perhaps, harness the power of volcanoes, manipulate the weather, control earthquakes, and build cities on the ocean. All planetary power is within their control. We can see the beginnings of a Type 1 civilization in the fact that a global language is developing, English. A global communication system is emerging, the Internet. A global economic system is in the making, and even a globalized culture is standardizing humanity, social media. To achieve Type 1, humanity must be able to communicate with the rest of the world, and to focus on several areas. Building infrastructure to facilitate communication and cooperation, education, research and development, and innovation. By studying the evolution of technologies that have changed history, paper, the integrated circuit, Kaku believes that humanity is moving towards a civilization of planetary dimensions, the starting point of which is the Internet. An advanced civilization must grow faster than the frequency of occurrence of cosmic catastrophes hostile to life, such as comet or asteroid impacts. A Type 1 civilization should also be able to master space travel to deflect threatening objects. It would also have to anticipate the onset of ice ages and modify the climate long before they occur to avoid them, so we're not quite there yet. A possible interplanetary future could look like this. Earth is a utopia. Earth's ecosystems are being repaired after human activity over centuries led to catastrophic damage to natural habitats. Many species went extinct as a result of pollution, climate change, deforestation, mining, the construction of new cities, wars, industrial accidents, genetic and nanotechnology experiments. Now, extinct animals and plants are being recreated and brought back to life using a combination of fossil records, DNA samples, computer models, and molecular engineering. Deserts are being transformed back into forests with the use of artificial rain and other forms of weather control. Toxic lakes and rivers are being cleaned, oceans are being deacidified, cooled, and made habitable once more to sea life. Earth's moon is now the most heavily populated of all the space colonies, with millions of permanent inhabitants. Mars has declared its independence from Earth after a massive colonization program. It has become heavily populated with large cities that are connected with an automated rail network. A massive terraforming effort is also underway on Mars, with Venus being considered as well. The asteroid mining sector now generates the most revenues for humans in the inner solar system. Thousands of asteroids are being mined at a time. Advances in nanotechnology and related fields enable these asteroids to be stripped atom by atom so that nothing goes to waste. More than several types of precious metals are harvested for use in high-tech industries. The largest asteroids are being hollowed out, and their interiors are converted into enormous power plants, research stations, and settlements for humans. Jupiter is gaining a steady influx of prospectors comprised mostly of heavily modified transhumans and sentient robots. Jupiter is being siphoned for its vast supply of hydrogen and helium. A number of floating cities and gigantic refineries are beginning to appear in the upper atmosphere of Jupiter as well. Meanwhile, Jupiter's moons are being exploited for their metals, minerals, and ice. The rings of Saturn now have luxurious hotels orbiting around them, offering magnificent views of this massive gas giant. Guests are able to venture outside of these hotels and drift among the slowly moving ice and rock fragments in Saturn's rings. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, is now home to entire cities. Enceladus is another moon of Saturn, which contains an ocean of liquid salt water under its icy crust. This serves as a water source for settlements in the outer solar system. Even the distant planets of Uranus and Neptune have gas miners now, and developments there are expected to dramatically increase over the next decades and centuries. Pluto and the Kuiper Belt are being exploited for minerals and ice as well. The Kuiper Belt is a region of the solar system beyond the orbit of Neptune, which contains over 1 trillion comets, asteroids, and other small objects made largely of ice. This is a potential start to become interstellar. Much of the solar system is being turned into smart material, with neural networks embedded throughout asteroids and on the surface of moons. This is allowing powerful artificial intelligence to handle large-scale scientific experiments and automated mining operations. So to go into detail, first there's energy usage, which is 10 to the 16th to 10 to the 26th. Fission and fusion power. There is plenty of hydrogen in the oceans to sustain hydrogen fusion for millions of years at the consumption of 2 kilograms a second. Space-based solar power gathers at least 10 times more energy than surface-based solar power. Other high-energy resources such as tapping into planets' cores and gas giant mining will become viable. The power output of the sun is 3.8 to the 10th times 10 to the 26th, so the total energy usage will vary depending on the star system. A Dyson swarm will collect a large percentage of the home star's energy, but only a closed Dyson sphere in Type 2 will be able to gather all of it. Population 100 billion people. Existence 3D with early 4D science and one reality. Travel interplanetary and close interstellar. Spacecraft approaching light speeds and possible natural wormholes are found. Quality of life. Plutocracy, a scarcity age ruled by the aristocratic elite or wealthy. Post-scarcity age, the end of plutocracy. New genesis, possible advancement of sapience into global consciousness or a hive mind. E-democracy, the use of the internet to digitally enhance and replace democracy. Hegemony, dominance of one state over others, especially with planetary sprawl or alien influence. Futarchy, prediction markets are used to determine policies. Gerontocracy, ruled by leaders who are significantly older than most of the adult population due to anti-aging. Dark Enlightenment, anti-democratic, anti-egalitarian, reactionary freedom of the people. Eugenocracy, bioengineered genetic superiority will cause eugenic wars with humans. Mechanocracy, machine and AI sentience. Meritocracy, rule by the intelligent and worthy as opposed to traditional politics. State of forms, biological and augmented. WMD scale, nuclear. Longevity, 100 to 350, plus. Industrial revolutions, asteroid mining and gas giant mining. Computing, Zeta scale to the 10 to the 21st and beyond. Social issues, intelligence augmentation and genome tweaking. Dream twister or collective psychosomatic interface. Psionics or supported psychic phenomena. Robotics, surrogacy or biological avatars. Space station megastructures cities in space. Augments, robots, cloning, dominant proliferation, social weakening, bourgeois behavior, and boredom due to elimination of manual labor, cured by psionics or intellectual and explorative pursuits. Social dream. Eudaimonia, where a species flourish and are prosperous, happy, and blessed. Class system. Superiority by natural ability via ethical calculus. Allotment of priority and rated education by talent using giftedness in children as a social analyst. Subtypes. The Hydrogen Age. Power consumption 10 to the 16th to 10 to the 17th. Ability to completely control the home planet, its weather systems, and its moons. Fusion and fission reactors are common, and with globally linked solar, wind, and ocean wave power, energy is cheap. This solves the problem of the Earth running out of fossil fuels, which have become very expensive. Hydrogen and biofuels replace expensive oil. Space-based solar power joins the global energy network via wireless power transmission and beamed energy. Hydrogen-based fission, fusion, solar power, and renewables largely replace fossil fuels. Landfill and floating waste on oceans will be recycled for energy and to sustain a green environment. Eventually, geothermal energy is used via massive excavations and cables that tap into the core of the home planet. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it would end well. Advances in longevity science slow the aging process so that the dominant species is able to live 200 plus years. I would not want to be that old. Universal Translator works for all home planet languages. A possible world language is adopted. Neural and brain-computer interfaces are bidirectional. The images and experiences generated by these devices are almost indistinguishable from reality, and they're unique to each user because they depend on the structure of the brain. Cloning of some species and full genetic mapping of any species. Disruption of world economies with the adoption of a universal cryptocurrency not controlled by governments. A possible world economy arises. Local cultures will coexist with a global culture. Intellectual capitalism replaces commodity capitalism. Continental governments are formed, funding world bodies to combat common threats such as epidemics and other extinction events, terrorism, and dictatorships. Space weapons are the main weapons used in large-scale conflicts. Orbital solar lasers and directional kinetic weapons are produced. Climate weapons are used on every planet. Climate weapons? Imagination Age. 10 to the 17th to 10 to the 18th, power consumption. Space travel becomes possible for most people. Tourism to moons. The rise of a planetary middle class. Molecular tronic computers are invented. All species on the home planet have been discovered. Cybernetic implants can replace any body part except the brain, which links to a network with hive possibilities. The brain is enhanced by virtual reality neural links and virtures, and habit and travel between virtual worlds. The imagination age is where creativity and imagination hold economic value as opposed to analysis and critical thinking. The rise of an immersive virtual reality will raise the value of imagination work over rational thinking as a form of culture and economics. Given that imagination and innovation are arguably the most valued skills in a modern society, this age would have had its roots in late Type 0. The first fully clad cyborg soldiers are born. Robotic soldiers' bodies are ultra-resistant and lead to the development of a new ultra-destructive magnetic weapons capable of compressing the surrounding space. The bioethical age, consumption 10 to the 18th to the 19th. Colonization of the moon, where the major industries are launch platforms for spacecraft, orbital habitats, and satellite systems. Low Earth orbit is populated with Clark belts. Genetic manipulation leads to the elimination of defects and domestic diseases. Genetically engineered viruses are used to treat cancers and phages to treat bacterial infections. Cyborgs and genetic implants are common and may lead to eugenics wars between GMOs and humans. GMO soldiers and cyborg soldiers connected to the network are created in the laboratories capable of receiving information to the millisecond. Perfect genetic weapons are created capable of annihilation and genocide. Readiness age, 19th to the 20th. Space elevators on planets and moons. Interplanetary travel is common and terraforming has taken root. See what you did there. Readiness for colonization of the solar system. Ability to move asteroids and NEOs away from Earth to prevent collisions or towards Earth and mine them. Burst of visibility with nanosuits. Able to upload brains to virtual reality systems with Neuralink tech. This leads to some virtuous abandoning their real life, even to the point of suicide. Made new weapons of mass destruction capable of moving asteroids to make them collide towards the target. These are limited and prohibited, much like nuclear stockpiles. Develop new type of virtual warfare. Interplanetary age. Colonization of other planets with advances in terraforming and spacecraft reaching high sublight speeds. Gas giant mining is an alternative energy source. Quantum teleportation at the subatomic level and pure bandwidth achieved with quantum entanglement. With pure bandwidth came the IPN, which is an interplanetary internet over a quantum network. Quantum cryptography cannot be hacked. Advanced virtual warfare whose systems are capable of compromising a robotic or virtual body, virtual terrorism is born. Age of magnetism. Embedded room temperature superconductors allowing telekinesis. Discovered what dark energy and dark matter are. Teleportation of complex molecules achieved. Viruses are created at the quantum level with simulations of larger organisms. 3D printers can print biocompatible organs. Tissue, skin, and tooth generation can be done by stem cell engineering. Mind reading is possible, leading to ethical laws being passed. Terraforming held back by ecologists. Mind control created to defeat the enemy psychologically. Immediate teleportation from hand to hand in the event of death in war. Thanks to advanced electro-induced inductors, magnetic weapons can compress space more efficiently. Visitor age. Asteroid and other planetary moon mining colonies are common with orbital habitats. Disposal of waste into gas giants with habitats in place. Corporates across the solar system compete and trade for mining resources. Possible first space wars over resources fought with planetary-grade weapons. Self-replicating robot systems developed and used in deep sea mining, mega construction, and solar system mining operations and colony construction. Fears of a singularity introduces manufacturing regulations, remote control, and emergency shutdown of all such robots. Possible first contact with aliens. A world government is formed to deal with the possibility of alien threats. Created as a weapon but forbidden to use gray goo, more conventional self-replicating robots can consume specific targets in no time. Post-scarcity age. Possible antimatter reactors if enough is found naturally. Still prohibitively expensive to create antimatter. Containment is done using force fields, possibly beginning the construction of a Dyson swarm or Matryoshka brain. The energy to matter replicator is invented. Universal Translator works flawlessly for most alien languages. Post-scarcity, where money is not needed due to free energy, fusion and renewable, and replicators making almost anything that is needed, making world economies obsolete. Create an antimatter weapon, first weapon which can officially destroy an entire planet. Plans are formulated to colonize another solar system. This is a global effort. The AI Age. Construction of androids, humanoid holograms, and self-aware artificial intelligence. Experimental teleportation of life forms is done, leading to many mishaps and widespread moral protests. Dark energy reactor prototypes are investigated, but the energy required to start them is an inhibiting factor. Robots billions of times smarter than humans go to war for them. Artificial intelligence surpasses man's in terms of production and armaments. If they're billions of times smarter than humans, why would they go to war at all? I feel like they'd be able to figure out a way to not have to. And Voyage. Spacecraft approaches the speed of light, allowing the first colony in another solar system. It's also possible that an interstellar highway might be built. Interstellar arcs might have been built already and close to their destinations. It's possible that a civilization can leapfrog faster than light technology completely by the discovery of natural wormholes and learn to use them for instantaneous travel over vast distances. This creates temptations for aggressive sprawl in interstellar dominion, so there can be a branch towards a dystopian society before eventually settling on utopian ideals and a move towards sophonts. Dyson Swarm is nearly complete. Ability to create biological androids. Possible completion of terraforming of rocky planets. Relativistic missiles invented. Third generation antimatter weapons. Giant solar laser. Additional technology and sociology. Robotic infrastructure, mining battle station, powered exoskeletons. Servo mechanics, missile ranks, damage control, assault shuttles. Astro-military industrial complex. Dreadnoughts, SDI, mechs. Advanced manufacturing and astral construction, recycling, automated repair, artificial planet. Industrial automation, factory and bombers. Tectonic engineering, core mine, core waste dumping. Mega settlements, space fortress, mega cities, heavy fighters. Ion fission, drive, cannon, shield capacitor, antimatter fission, drive, torpedo, bomb, matter energy conversion, teleporters, receiver station only, food replicators, tank displacers, psionic, long-range teleport, high energy distribution, advanced chemistry, missile pollution processor, molecular compression, missile atmosphere renewer fuel, nanotechnology, sun, disassemblers, construction, armor, metallurgy, I've never really know how to pronounce that, industrial robotics, matter compression, fuel, armor, positronics, computer, research lab, structure analyst, blue box, Geth, Mass Effect, virtual intelligence, guidance, targeting, cybersecurity, noosphere, androids, farmers, workers, scientists, adaptive doctrine, proxy armies, military algorithms, flexibility and software, extranet, advanced biology, cloning, soil enrichment, xenobiowarfare. Genetic engineering, psionic academy, macrobiotics, longevity, alpha plus. Genetic mutation, terraforming, evoscience, macrogenetics, subterranean farm, weather controller. Evolution genetics, psionics, empathy, fauna assimilation, higher intelligence. Tachyon physics, communication and military computers. Ansible, gravity fields, anti-gravity, inertial, battle gravitics, ship gyro field, grav gun. Neutrino physics, weapons and detection. Artificial gravity, tractor beam, beams, planetary generator. Subspace physics, communication and jump gates, 2D. Jump gates. Military multi-phased physics, phaser, rifles, shields. Magnetogravity. Shields, planetary drive dissipator. Light curvature fields. Ship/troop stealth personal fields. 5D propulsion fields. Offensive and interdiction pulsar. Military subspace fields. Shields, ECM, cannon. High energy chemistry. Armor, nerve gas. Civil integrity. Applied relativity. Bioelectric resonance. Weapons and animal use. Eudaimonia, dark matter theory, quantum weaponry, social incrementalism, immortal isolationism, eschatology, and cyber ethics. Not gonna lie, Type 1 sounds like it's violently tipping back and forth between No Man's Sky and Warhammer, which is not great for only being at Type 1. Civilizations that are considered Type 1. Humans and replicants from Blade Runner. Humans and cyborgs from The Terminator. Cyborgs from Cyberpunk 2077. Humans from Space 1999. Humans from Judge Dredd. Humans from Flash Gordon. Humans from Buck Rogers in the 25th century, bitty bitty. Humans and arachnids from Starship Troopers. Humans from Dune. Humans from Wing Commander. Humans from James Cameron's Avatar. Humans from The Expanse. Humans from Space Odyssey. Humans from StarCraft. The Isu from Assassin's Creed. I guess. Definitely the humans from Dune, because the humans from Dune, they made some errors in judgment. But anyway, that's going to do it for Type 1. We got through that a whole lot quicker than I thought it was going to. That's probably because I'm not going to go through the comments. Let's just, It looks like most of the rest of the page is just people talking about it. I thought that the whole thing was going to be Type 1, but no, from, the middle down is just people talking about it. Alright, so, if you liked it, a like and a subscribe would be groovy. If you want to click the bell, you can do that as well, so that you're notified of future uploads. If everything goes according to Keikaku, the next one of these should be Tuesday after next. If not, I'll do what I can. Later.